0 minutes.
Hello, and welcome back. It is more of Brian, and on the screen you see something happening at 4 times speed. It's another speed challenge of sorts that I just did for myself. I was thinking about the previous season of Exploration and Tactics, where it took some 40 some odd episodes in order to get the 24 victory blocks that I got, but that was due to the fact that I had a whole lot of different restrictions that I imposed myself. Things like no health regeneration, no branch mining, no F3 for coordinates, and so I was thinking to myself, I wonder how fast that same challenge would have gone if I didn't have all of those restrictions. But still, trying to get the dragon egg and the wither and all kinds of crazy things like that would still take a long time, not something that I could do in a speed challenge. But I was thinking about it and I was like, what if I just went after the 10 easiest blocks from that particular victory monument that I'd constructed for myself? In this case, the blocks that I think are the 10 easiest to get are the 8 ore blocks: coal, iron, gold, lapis, redstone, diamond, emerald, and quartz. Blocks of those guys, as well as the 2 record discs that are easiest to obtain, 13 and cat, because you can find them in various dungeons and things. And so I decided to record an attempt of trying to get those blocks as fast as possible. And as you can tell, it is happening here at 4 times speed. I'm just going to have all the video from this. And so we've just got, usual initial resources. I found a ravine over there, which had some good iron in it and things, but realized I didn't have much wood yet. So before I headed downstairs, I wanted to go grab some more wood. But basically, I am going to, obviously, if I haven't said it already, this is post-commentary from after when I recorded this. But I am going to use this as an opportunity to have this kind of speed challenge going in the backdrop. The fact that I don't limit myself from doing branch mining and things means there'll be some slow parts of the video, even though it's at 4 times speed. But this is an opportunity to talk about a number of other topics that I just wanted to talk about today. And yeah, but at the same time have something that's kind of interesting going on, because this turned out to be kind of an interesting challenge, although a little bit of a long one. So, speed challenges, since we're on that topic. A few days ago, I had posted the Waste of Resources speed challenge. Oh, on the screen right here, I'm using the water bucket to climb up the side of the ravine, which I thought was pretty clever of me as a quick way to get up and down. I posted the Waste of Resources speed challenge, where basically the goal was to craft all 5 types of hose from a new world start as fast as possible. And yeah, ended up receiving a number of video responses, or I guess they're not actually video responses anymore, but private messages that I solicited and then linked people's videos in the description of my video, since the YouTube video response feature no longer exists. And yeah, it looked like people had fun with that. I think I said 7 or 8 responses and ranges of times from someone did it as quick as about 7 minutes because they found a desert temple that had lots of good resources in it to, 2.5 hours or something. And yeah, no matter what your time is, it can be fun just to participate and do it. I didn't get a chance to watch all of everybody's videos, but I did watch at least portions of all the videos that people submitted, and so I linked a bunch of those in the description. And so if you want to watch other people take on that challenge, by all means, go back and take a look at the description of that video. And yeah, at this point in this, switching back to what we're actually watching here, I had already made it down to the lava layer, and I was going to need quartz at some point, and so now is as good a time as any to go ahead and take a quick hop into the nether to grab my quartz, which should be easy to get. Anytime you go into the nether to get a quartz block, it's usually the case that quartz is everywhere, and so unless you get a really unlucky nether spawn, where you're hovering over lava or have a bunch of gas immediately firing on you, quartz should be easy to get. Although, right, I realized I didn't have any more iron for flint and steel. And so I started cooking up some iron and discovered that there was a whole big lava cave over here. And so long as I'm over here, I might as well take a quick look around. Maybe I'll find some diamonds, find some other good resources that I'm going to need. Yeah, but in any case, speed challenges, so the Waste of Resources speed challenge people had fun with. If people want to attempt this one, the Quick 10, where you're trying to get all 8 resources blocks, plus 2 record discs, cat and 13, you're welcome to try that as well, but honestly, it takes a while. It doesn't make as good of a speed challenge, which is why I sped up all the footage here. And yeah, so I don't know that people will be as interested watching, but at the same time, if people want to do video responses on this one, you're welcome to do that as well. So in any case, speed challenges are one topic of interest. And sure enough, as you can see, I got a just fine nether spawn, and so kazam, I'm already up to, I think I've got like 4 or 5 of the blocks already. I've got, let's see, redstone and quartz, and I've almost got enough for gold. Okay, I'm not as far along as I thought. There's the lapis. I was like, I thought I had lapis already at this point. There we go. Now I've got a lapis block as well. So yeah, as usual with any of these types of resource gathering challenges, it's often the case that the first few are easy to get and the last few are very hard to get. So, talked about speed challenges. I have my little list of things I want to talk about today. Another one is new Mindcracker. Haha, that skeleton is dead. So, for those of you who are not aware, so of course Mindcrack, the Mindcrack server, run by Good, is a group of folks who play Minecraft and do Let's Plays. And they recently have had someone on the server with the name New Mindcracker, and have had tweets and posts on Reddit that are talking about a new Mindcracker, causing everyone to speculate about who the new Mindcracker is. Is it Dinnerbone trolling with a fake username? Is it someone with a new camera account? Is there actually some new person who's been invited to the server? And if so, who is that person? And people have speculated, a lot of different people, including me. And yeah, like I've been getting like private messages on YouTube and Twitter and Skype and all kinds of things. People asking me if I'm the new Mindcracker. I don't know who the new Mindcracker is. On the one hand, I feel like I didn't want to say that because it seems like people have been having fun question mark, like guessing and speculating and wondering about what's going on. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of tired of the questions and the harassment. It's not really harassment. Like, people have been nice. They're like, oh my gosh, I heard there's new Mindcrackers. You? Which is a nice sentiment. But at the same time, when you get it a bunch of different times from a bunch of different people all day, it gets old. And yeah, so I don't know who the new Mindcracker is. I guess we'll just leave it at that. And hopefully these things will be revealed in due time. Or if the Mindcrackers are trolling, we'll find out about that as well. In any case, I just wanted to go ahead and get that out there. All right, moving right along. The previous video that I did with an interesting redstone effect, which was actually also, speaking of trolling, I did a little bit of trolling myself. Although I kind of at least briefly explained that, of course, it was a trick at the end of the video. If you haven't seen that video, basically, in my old exploration and tactics world, I had witches spawning everywhere, which was amazing and fun. But yeah, asked people to guess how I did it, and there were a number of good guesses. A few people guessed, I explicitly said in the video that I wasn't using command blocks or witch spawners or anything like that. A few people guessed spawn eggs, which is something I didn't exclude explicitly. But no, I wasn't using spawn eggs. Oh, turn your attention to the video again. This was a really lucky find. We have a zombie dungeon, and it had both record discs. So I just got 2 more of the victory blocks, and there was a horse armor and saddle. And since one of the things that I was going to need to complete this challenge is emeralds, I figured I might need to go back above to the surface, either to find a village where I could trade with villagers to get emeralds, or to travel a long ways to find extreme hills biome to go mining emeralds. And so I decided I was going to hold on to the horse armor and the saddle, so that if I did go back upstairs and found horses, I could use them to travel more quickly. In the meantime, however, since I'm not excluding villager trading or F3 or branch mining or all those things that I've excluded in previous series, I decided let's just do some branch mining for diamonds. But at the same time, I needed to continue cooking up iron because I'm going through iron picks like mad, like this whole challenge. But there's the iron block. I'm up to 8 of the 10 victory items at this point. Now all I need to get is 9 diamonds and 9 emeralds in order to be able to complete this particular challenge that I gave to myself. So, what was I saying? Right, so the previous video where I was spawning all the witches, people had a number of good guesses. A number of people thought that it might be related to the bug about Minecraft and different versions of spawning witches and nether fortresses. So for those of you who aren't aware, basically they've had this bug or lack of feature in Minecraft where basically if you upgraded a world from one version of Minecraft to the next, basically information that was related to the world seed and terrain generation would get updated as well with the new version of Minecraft. And since 1.7 has a whole new overworld terrain generator because they've added a whole bunch of biomes and different things that I'm looking forward to learning more about, as a result, any of the old terrain generation that had information about there was a swamp here and there was a swamp hut here wouldn't have been saved, and so witches wouldn't continue to spawn in the same locations. And similarly, people have had this in the past, like upgrading since, I think, Minecraft 1.4 or something, when they added the nether fortresses. And then with new terrain generation, it would be the case that you could upgrade to a new version of Minecraft and go to your nether fortress, and it would no longer be spawning blazes and wither skeletons, because the new version of Minecraft didn't think that it was still a nether fortress, because it had a different terrain generator. And so basically they had this problem in Minecraft, and so the Mojang folks finally decided to fix it once and for all by basically adding new information to the map save data, where they could store information about, hey, this is where, you know, a nether fortress is, or hey, this is where a swamp hut was. So that that information would be stored along with the map, so that even if you did upgrade to a new version of Minecraft and it had a new terrain generator, it would say, hey, this terrain has already been generated, and I've saved information that says that these structures are actually here. So, oh, first diamonds. And a mine shaft full of cave spiders. You could see that there was all the spider webs over there. It is the case that I have health regeneration going on, and so maybe I shouldn't be so afraid of the cave spiders. But basically, when I faced this area, I chose to avoid the mine shaft, despite the fact that it meant that I would be able to explore a bit around the diamond layer and possibly even find chests in the mine shaft. Ooh, baby zombie. Yikes. Chests in the mine shaft that might also contain more diamonds. I decided I was just going to try to stay alive and go a different direction since there was more of a cave system down here. But I do have my first diamonds at this point. It's funny, even when I'm doing post-commentary, I'll go to talk about the game a little bit, and then it'll distract me from what I was talking about. Right, the bug fixing and saving the terrain structures. So, basically, people speculated then that in my exploration and tactics world where I was standing at, there would have been a swamp hut in 1.7, and that's what was causing the witches to spawn. Which is not a bad guess, but as it turns out, swamp huts always are created and have a, I believe it's 9 by 7 by 5 high, kind of like bounding box for the swamp hut, which is not very big, and so only spawn witches in a small region, whereas in my video, the witches were spawning over a much larger area that was more like 100 by 100. But yes, people were definitely on the right track, and indeed... Oh! Creeper just fell right on my head right there. I took a lot of damage. And so I'm kind of like backing off to regenerate some health. Because I can! Health regeneration, what a concept. So yeah, a number of people guessed something along the right lines, and a couple people, including IX, who you may know as Sir Numbers the Valiant from the UHC team. That video has an awesome intro. I still laugh at it whenever I go back and watch that. I should link that in the video description. Hey, more diamonds! Great. And this is going to get me up to, I think, 5 or 6? Yeah, I'm up to 6 diamonds, I think, now. So we're making some progress, but the emeralds are still going to be tough. Unless I happen to somehow get lucky. Let's see what happens. Right. So, basically, some people did guess exactly what happened, which is basically, I edited the map data to spawn the witches there. For those of you who may have been around for a long time on my channel, if we go back almost 2 years ago, back to Minecraft Beta 1.8, when they first added silverfish, which are still my favorite mob in the game, I pulled... I don't know if I should say too much about what it was for people who don't want to go back. I might have already spoiled a little bit of it. I did something tricksy that involved basically editing Minecraft map and level data in order to get a hold of some blocks that you normally can't get a hold of in survival. Yeah, and so in any case, for most of you, I think, know about me that I am a software engineer, I have a PhD in computer science, and I worked as a programmer for 8 some odd years. Not currently doing that now, but in any case, I have experience with writing code. And so in the past, in this video that I was referencing from a couple of years ago, I wrote some code to basically go and make like a little, calling it an inventory editor is too strong, but basically to like hack in some extra blocks into my inventory for something in a clever video. And so I have experience working with the Minecraft data files in the past. And so for the video yesterday, I basically spent a bit of last week learning more about how Minecraft stores the map data, including the new data information that they store about where nether fortresses and desert pyramids and swamp huts and all of that, so that they can carry it forward to new maps, how that information is stored. And so in particular, now Minecraft, when you visit, for example, a swamp hut that spawns the witches, it will write some data in a file called temple.dat in the usual kind of gzipped NBT format. There's actually a bit of information about on the Minecraft wiki about some of the basic information about how Minecraft stores data files, which is very helpful when you're trying to decode and reverse engineer them yourself, which is what I was doing. Like there's various tools like mcedit and I don't know what other tools are out there that let you do different stuff, but just both because I'm interested in it personally and also, I don't know, I enjoy never using Minecraft mods and tools and doing everything on my own because I'm a masochist or something. I mean, hey, I'm the guy who just did Season 5 of Exploration and Tactics. I like doing things the hard way. So yeah, basically I reverse engineered some of the new map data information so that I could go and then edit it and create some new information on my own and then plug it into my own world. And so I created an area where witches were spawning. Aha! Let's go back to the video. I have found emeralds. I just happened to luck into, as I was exploring, a new cave system that happens to be in an extreme hills biome. And so now I'm managing to gather some emeralds as well. And so it looks like I can just stay underground and possibly get all of the resources that I need to complete the speed challenge. So that is super great. Let's just make sure I can stay alive as well. So yeah, long story short, the answer to the previous video is I was hacking on the Minecraft save data files and edited in a gigantic, what Minecraft thought was a gigantic witch hut there in the desert. I didn't have to change any biome information. All I need to do is have a structure that says, hey, there's a swamp hut here, and Minecraft will happily go and spawn witches there. And witches have a very high spawning rate. And on top of that, in that Minecraft Exploration and Tactics world, I've lit up almost all the caves below underneath there because I was living there for weeks and months back in that Exploration and Tactics series, and so everything was all lit up, and so there's lots of monsters who spawn on the surface when things get dark. And the redstone was all just there as a ploy to troll you or whatever. And yeah, going back to the new Minecracker topic, like people thought the thumbnail of the video with the redstone contraption looked kind of like the Mindcrack logo, which I guess now that people pointed out, like I could kind of see a little bit. It's both a strength and a drawback of the fact that I often like to have puzzles and tweet little clever things and do things with puns and video titles and basically try to make sure that people are on their toes and always watching out for clever things that I might be doing. It's cool because it means that I feel like it keeps you guys more engaged, and for people who enjoy that kind of puzzle stuff or whatever, like gives us another way to have fun together other than simply... So I just broke into another mine shaft over there, and there was another cave spider spawner. The audio was a little quiet, and I'm not sure if you could hear, but there was a ton of spiders up there. So once again, rather than go that direction, I decided to start branch mining in another direction, trying to make sure I was going to stay in the extreme hills. So yeah, it's fun to do those kind of like puzzles and me giving clues on different things, but as a result, people will sometimes read into things that are not there. And yeah, so that's an example of a thing that was not there. That was a redstone contraption that I built based off of a diagram that I saw someone do on Reddit months ago. And yeah, if it happened to look like the Minecraft logo, that's just a coincidence. And just lucky that YouTube managed to choose that as one of the thumbnails that I could put up for that particular video. Because I don't make my own thumbnails. Almost ever. I usually just, YouTube like picks 3 random ones, and then like I pick the best one of the bunch. Because I'm a slacker, or I don't know what. Anyway, we're getting way off topic here. If we listen, that was my audio timer. I had the audio timer going every 10 minutes, so it just said 80 minutes, which means 20 minutes into the video, since we're running at 4 times speed here. And I was hoping when I originally... There's the stronghold! I just randomly stumbled onto the stronghold when there's the library in the stronghold, when I was caving, trying to get all the resources for that. And so that's fun, just because it's, you know, a crazy random event. Not particularly useful, because I still just need diamonds and emeralds, and I'm not going to get them at the stronghold. I think we might take another peek at the stronghold once or twice as I'm caving around this area again. What was I saying? I'm getting distracted by the fun stuff that's happening on the screen. Yeah, there's more of the stronghold. Crazy times. Oh my goodness. Things that I'm trying to talk about. But I'm getting really close. I think I've got 6 diamonds and 3 emeralds right now. And we're still in an extreme hills biome. And I found a section of a mine shaft that has food. Well, I did need some food at that point, and so that wasn't so bad, but I was hoping to find better stuff in the mine shaft chest. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So yeah, I talked about the map editing that I did in that previous video. I talked about the new Minecracker stuff. I talked about previous speed challenges. Yeah, I'll be sure to link the previous video where I did something with inventory editing for people who may not have seen that from a long time ago. That shows that I was even doing, I don't know, trolls and puzzles and different things way back then. I feel like I had another topic there that I was in the middle of and I've forgotten, so apologies for that. But yeah, the other thing is, one thing, I know this is true like in general, just in terms of like human psychology, which is that people are error-prone at performing tasks that they don't practice regularly, and it is true for me as well. The audio that you're listening to with me talking here, this is actually the second time I've tried to add post-commentary to this particular video, because the first time I tried to do it, I forgot to press the record button, and so I sat here talking to myself for 25 minutes, and then discovered that I hadn't recorded any of it, which is pretty embarrassing, especially because, like, I pride myself in the fact, if you go all the way back to, I think, episode number 3 of the first Exploration and Tactics that I ever did, like, over 2.5 years ago when I first started recording on YouTube, I forgot to record audio in that episode. I'd, like, not turned on the mic or something. And ever since then, like, I always make sure that I do like a test audio recording before I start recording for just, you know, like 5 seconds to make sure the audio and video setup is like all properly set up and so that I don't screw things up. And I think in the past 2.5 years, like, I've only managed to screw it up once. However, that's when I'm doing normal commentary alongside the game. I very rarely do post commentary. And so my recording setup for that is a little bit different because I'm actually watching the video playing at 4 times speed in Vegas here as opposed to playing Minecraft. And so, yeah, I was out of my usual rhythm for recording and ended up forgetting to actually start the audio recording to do the recording the first time I tried to record the post commentary for this episode. And so I hate to whine and complain about that because in general, like, I don't like it whenever you see YouTubers who are talking about like their production troubles. It's like, just entertain me, darn it, when I'm watching someone else's video and I just want to like consume it and relax. But at the same time, I do think it's interesting, just kind of like that aspect of human psychology that if you are doing unpracticed things, how you make errors. And this actually happened in WMC recently as well, with Winter and I. If you haven't seen that and enjoy watching those ultra hardcore episodes, then there's spoilers coming, so you might want to stop watching. Oh, 2 more emeralds, great. That was a lucky find. I just happened to hear this lava pool a little bit above the usual lava layer. And so I've got 2 more emeralds. I'm up to 5 emeralds and 6 diamonds now, making some real progress. But yeah, in WMC, I knew in my brain that horses could drop leather and Winter and I needed leather. but nevertheless, it was not something that I had ever practiced or done, and so it just kind of escaped both of our thoughts when we... Oh, I just ran into a silverfish there. I'd actually just turned around because I had exited the extreme hills and ended up in a desert, which I noticed with F3 on the coordinates. It also tells you what biomes you're in, and so I turned around to make sure I stayed in extreme hills so I could continue to find some more emeralds.
100 days.
And yeah, so I just wanted to comment on that. I'm curious to know if people have examples or experiences from their own life where they do stupid things that are a result of doing things that are out of the ordinary or unpracticed or whatever. Like, you know, people talk about, I never lose my car keys or whatever because I always put them in the same place whenever I get home or whatever, or house keys. And so I don't lose them, you know, in that regular circumstance. But then, you know, if I go on vacation and I'm visiting family or somewhere else, or I'm, you know, staying in a hotel in an unfamiliar location, then I find that I'm much more likely to, you know, lose my keys or something like that. All right, there's more emeralds. So I ended up branch mining back in a direction towards caves that I'd already lit up. And so I start encountering a lot more enemies around here as a result of it, because a lot of the areas are already lit up, and so let's see if I can stay alive. Yeah, so that's another just example from like everyday life. All right, I think I might be up to 9 emeralds at this point with that emerald that I just got. Here's a bunch of bad guys. I'm using the bow that a skeleton had dropped early on that I might have forgotten to point out. I think the first skeleton I killed actually dropped a power 1 bow, but I think I only had like 4 arrows, and I just ran out of arrows fighting those bad guys. Oh, there's another arrow. Yeah, but I'm curious to know if people have similar kind of experiences where normally you're good at something and then you do something out of the ordinary or something throws you off your game or rhythm. Yep, there's a bunch of bad guys. Wow. I had to just place a bunch of blocks to block them all off before they pushed me into the lava. That was almost the end of my run here in this little speed challenge. I've got 8 emeralds and 6 diamonds. There's a 9th emerald, so now all we need is the diamonds. And there are the diamonds. I see them on the ground. And so I'm going to get the diamonds and win the challenge. And I'll make sure I put the time in the video. But then I accidentally didn't pick up the diamonds in my inventory. But now I've got them. Now all I need to do is craft these 2 things. And we have gotten 10 victory items, 8 ore blocks, and 2 records. Woohoo! So that footage ends abruptly because I finished the speed challenge, and when you're doing post-commentary, it's hard to time it exactly. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to try out that speed challenge, you're welcome to do so, although it'll be a long video to upload, even if you speed it up, so I'm not sure how interesting it'll be. But feel free if you like to. I don't know who the new Minecracker is. I have been working on doing Minecraft map editing, and look forward to finding new ways to troll you guys with some of the stuff there, so that'll be fun. And as always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.